I never thought that I was a wild woman. I thought I was the opposite of wild. I was a good girl. And earlier this month, I had a call from She-Wolf, which is a remedy, an archetypal remedy I've worked with for a while, for about 3 years. And she wasn't scheduled for me to serve to women until autumn, which is her season. It makes sense. But she kept nudging me. She kept nudging me, and not even gently. She was like, no, we're coming now. We're going to be birthed now. And there was a sense of like she wants to come and help women to heal this part of themselves that doesn't feel wild, or the part that feels they're wild is too much. Because although I didn't always label myself as wild, I also felt like I was wild in that I had wild emotions. I was a people pleaser. And I didn't know how to honour my boundaries. And so I was a sensitive woman, which healers tend to be. And I didn't know what to do with that. So She-Wolf was the remedy that helped me heal and liberate that. And I had an insight, a dream earlier this week even, where I realised that my people-pleasing tendency had come from the time when I was young, where my dad left. And just before that, we were meant to be adopting a sister for me in Romania. And I remember going to Romania and experiencing all those children caged in bars in their cots. They were wild. They were banging their heads against the walls. It was deeply, deeply distressing. And I realised I must have thought when my dad left that I was going to end up there. And so I've done everything all my life to make sure that that didn't happen. I was the people pleaser, the good girl. I made sure that I did what everybody expected of me. I didn't live my truth until a few years ago when I heard the call of soul. The wolf whispered to me, in fact, howled at me. And eventually I learned to reclaim my inner wild. I also learned to do that in a way that was deeply loving, not having to like rebel and like annoy people. I probably did annoy people, but not in a rebellious way, not in a way that was like really tyrant, really shadowy energy. Like She-Wolf is, when we talk about working with She-Wolf, we're talking about the remedy of Lupa or lac lupinum, which is She-Wolf mama's milk. This is the ultimate mother remedy. This is the protective She-Wolf who protects her cubs and protects herself, honours her own inner boundaries, her own wild no, so that she can open to saying yes to her deeper purpose, to her soul. And this is what we're going to be journeying with in May. This is what I've been called to, even though it was inconvenient and I had this schedule lined up. She was calling to me and I kept resisting her. I was like, no, we're not going to teach her yet. We're not going to teach her yet. I realised I was trying to cage the wolf, and that can't be done. If that is you, you might want to join us. There's an invitation to join us in May, where we'll be journeying with She-Wolf to reclaim our wildness from love. Honour our boundaries, honour our soul, nurture our soul. If you're interested, check out nicolebarton.co.uk/Lupa.